Hello and welcome to Star Citizen Sunday with me, Ryan, aka Sifu Messiah. This is a weekly show which covers everything from the world of Star Citizen over the past week. Links can be found in the description for everything we discuss, so let's get on with it. So this week we get details on what to expect with 2.0, we hear Chris's thoughts on modding, plus we see how close Star Marine is. So in 10 for the Chairman we had some amazing questions, or answers should I say. The first one being, is there any progress on the alien languages? And if you don't know, they have brought in real life linguists to come up with all the languages, which include the Vandal, the Jan, the Banu, for the persistent universe. And Chris Roberts says that yes, the Vandal was the first language which is needed for Squadron 42, and last August during the mocap shoot, or the PCAP shoot, the actors were actually speaking Vandal. As I say, they have had linguists in, one of them being an expert on Navi, and also he's a Klingon coach for the last Star Trek. He has created a cool Vandal language. Next they will be working on the Jan, etc. And in the not too distant future we should be able to hear some Vandal. And I'm very excited to learning all these different languages and speaking to everyone in random languages. Anyway, next question is, what will we do during flights when we are not piloting? So, for example, when we're in quantum travel. And Chris says that you can obviously move around the ship. So as soon as you set your ship into quantum travel, you can then get out of your cockpit, go walk around your ship. He says, I don't know if he was joking, but they may have a virtual chess game, but amongst other goofy things. So there will be other things to do. And yes, maybe there's a holographic chess game, who knows. But he did say that you won't be in quantum travel for a great amount of time. They've not determined 100% the scale ratio yet. They are discussing for time scale 3 hours equaling around 1 day, which it could be alright. I personally think it's a bit too fast, but you know, everyone likes different ideas. It will take real time to quantum travel, as obviously it's a multiplayer game, so you can't just shortcut it and get to a certain place. But they don't want it to be really boring, so they're trying to juggle it, so you're not gonna be in quantum travel for far too long, but it's not just gonna be a complete quick cutscene. So next question is, what is the roadmap for developing 100 star systems in the future, which is what has been sort of promised to us? And he explains that they have base architecture sets for the environments, which make it a lot quicker to put together, sort of like a modular system. Stanton will obviously be the first system, which we will see before any others. It will be a large world map with a fictional Stanton, because obviously when they release the 2.0 multi-crew, it's going to have lots of different things in that won't necessarily be in that system. It's just so that they can test them. It consists of 4 planets. They will all feel very different, but they will use the common building sets. And then from there, they'll slowly expand all systems over time. Now, when it says 100 star systems, it does not mean that that's all at once when the game launches. He says they'll focus on core UEE space first, and then over time expand with the different systems. So moving on, will I be able to assign my ships to different landing zones in the persistent universe? And he says that yes, with people having various packages. Again, this is not all fully worked out. So specifically to this chap who has many ships, he says they may allow you to split your ships around different places. For example, give you 2 hangars to start with rather than the one that the majority of us will start with. Mechanics wise, they're not sure. When you get to a place, you may think, oh, I like it here, and then cash in like an extra hangar chip if you had lots of multiple ships, if you spent a certain amount of money. But you may need to travel to these systems first. Longer term, he says definitely. And to be honest, I think the way it's going to work is that you will be given 1 hangar each, unless obviously you spent thousands and thousands of pounds. Then in Chris's case here, he says you may get more than 1, or just 2 maybe. Once you get into the persistent universe, you can then explore, find a place, and I expect you will be able to buy a hangar there. But again, this is down the line. We've got to get the game out first for us all to try. So next question, is there any plans to support UI customization or data support? Some people have elaborate simpits. May they be able to configure multiple screens? Now, this was a question that was asked quite a while ago, and he says that longer term, yes, this is something they do want to support, but it's not going to be anytime soon. We do know there will be an app for tablets, so secondary screen stuff is quite likely, and also the SciTech HOTAS will also have its own screen. So yeah, down the line, it sounds like it's a good possibility. So next question, will we ever be able to have a radar that gives our HUD object detection? Will it be able to highlight or outline dead objects like asteroids or chunks? And the answer is that there's nothing to stop it doing it right now. They stopped it so that it wouldn't clutter up your radar. So your radar currently does have the capability to outline all the objects around you, but obviously it would just be a complete mess. You won't want to pick everything up, so maybe certain size asteroids, ship chunks or space stations will be highlighted. And depending on what role you are playing at the time, you may have different modes to switch between. Maybe look for downed pilots or debris if you are trying to salvage, which sounds pretty cool. So next question, will Arena Commander 2.0 drop, including new maps? And he says that 2.0 is not Arena Commander, it's the multi-crew, or perhaps Baby PU is what they're calling it now. It will have Arena Commander, the social module, etc. inside it, which, like we see now, Artcore, the social module, is supposed to be the real world. When you come in to your hangar and you go into your sim pod, Arena Commander is an in-fiction game. It's supposed to allow you to test out your piloting skills. When you go into Artcore, that's the real world in the game, so it's the verse. The map with 2.0 will be much, I need to go on to say quite a few muches. It'll be hundreds of millions of square kilometers, and it's more like the PU rather than an in-game game. You will, he said, spawn on a station, go to different panels, get the ship that you wish to fly, get it onto a landing zone or a landing pad, get into your ship. This will all be within a safe zone, like they showed at Gamescom, and then you go and explore other stations, other moons, asteroid fields, satellites, reclaiming places, etc. Says they will have PvP fights on foot and in space. It's a free-form mini-game. You will find random AI encounters, and he did say PvP, there will be PvP areas. Now, whether or not that means you can PvP anywhere, I don't know. But as new tech comes online, sort of, for example, mineable asteroids or maybe a cargo mission from A to B, they will bring that into this 2.0. It's called Crusader, and the name is based on around the gas giant where it is located. There won't be new maps on it, just points of interest. He did also say that there will be places to repair and to refuel, which just gets me so hyped up. And he says they expect it to be ready after CitizenCon, which is the end of October. He's optimistic, and they should be on target now, but things do happen, so he cannot put his 100% confirmation on that. But that does sound incredible, and I'm so excited. So next question, will voice comms be openly audible in public places? Also, will we be able to listen in on intel when carrying out e-war activities? And he says yes, with VoIP it will be within the universe, or diegetic is what he says. So if someone is talking, you will situationally hear those people. You will overhear voice comms with e-war as well, so you can intercept, and you can channel communications in space to either single people or broadcast it to all. So it will work, but obviously a lot of people will be using TeamSpeak and things like that, or third-party voice chat options, which will unfortunately kind of stop people doing this. Anyway, next question. Will there be opportunities for the modding communities to create ships like the next great starship, or even have other mods officially implemented? Now that's a great question, and I'm sure there's a hell of a lot of you that are very interested in this. He says absolutely. They will need to be created and sort of screened to make sure it fits with the lore, which is understandable. So you can't obviously have a super-powered ship with amazing massive weapons, but perhaps they'll give out a spec to follow and then the community can come up with it. He doesn't want it to just be ships. He wants guns, clothing, all sorts of stuff, and he expects he'll do it a bit like what Valve did, where the modders can share the revenue. It will be long term, as it's not been figured out yet, but they would like to have modders help expand the universe, because it's a big job to keep it fresh, to keep it updated. So having modders as well working, like in Arma 2 has been going for years and years because the modding community has expanded it. So this will really help keep Star Citizen alive, and I'm very excited for that. Next question, and final question, will we see any classic movie homages? And Chris says that yes, obviously the Connie commercial, if you don't know, is a homage to 2001 Space Odyssey. He definitely thinks there will be other homages there, maybe something from Star Wars, Battlestar Galactica, Aliens, Blade Runner, Firefly / Serenity. A lot of the inspiration does come from great movies, and he says one of them was Sunshine, which has a great ship design, which I've not seen yet, so that's one to check out. Anyway, that was 10 for the chairman. Some really good questions and some brilliant answers. It's got me all hyped again. Tell me your thoughts. Let's get on with Around the Verse.
Tonight on the Empire Report, a civilian border militia single-handedly stops a vandal raiding party. Could private fighting forces be the key to keeping our families safe?
The Polo Bill may be one step closer to passing, as today's unemployment report leaves the Empire looking to find financial relief anywhere they can. Find out why military cutbacks could mean extra credits in your bank account this tax season.
And how long is too long? A new record-setting noodle could soon have dinner seekers slurping their way into orbit. All that and more on the next Empire Report at 2200 SET.
So in Around the Verse episode 61, Sandy and Ben started by explaining that the community hub is launched. Now this is something where people like myself can upload videos, images, their Twitch streams, and then the community can go and upvote them or watch them or whatever. I have put on my last Star Citizen Sunday, and I will put this one on there as well. Please head over there. I'll put a link in the description. Please head over and just upvote it to get me some more recognition, which helps me create these videos. Also, my Twitch stream is up there. If you don't know, I've been Twitch streaming quite regularly now. It is Supermac Brothers Ryan. Again, the link will be in the description. Please go on there and just upvote my Twitch stream as well. Thank you very much for your help. Anyway, also, they will soon be launching the next Great Star Citizen, which is a character creation competition, so I'll keep you informed on that. The new issue council is in now, and this is a better, more professional bug reporting technique. So if you find bugs, head over to the issue council and it'll be so much easier to report them. Also, they say that the CitizenCon team are working hard. I am so hyped for CitizenCon. It is going to be amazing. Anyway, news from around the verse. So, starting with Santa Monica CIG, the Herald, which is in grey box, is coming to a close, and it's the same for the Reliant. The Constellation is coming to a close very soon, which is going to be amazing to see. The Caterpillar is in white boxing, and there's some images here, and they're working on the modules and how cargo works. Basically working on all the interiors for the Caterpillar. In Austin CIG, they are working on Social Module version 1. The new emotes are having their audio recorded soon. Half of them will have audio for the next release. They're working on respawn functionality, and they say there may or may not be opportunities to die in the next update, and they say that you'll respawn back in the medical unit. Kind of interesting. Also updating the hangar lighting, making it more optimized and looking a lot better, thank God. So, Foundry 42 in the UK. A couple of people from customer support saying that they had a backlog of tickets since Gamescom, and they're working hard to get back to you ASAP. The time-sensitive tickets will be dealt with first, and they will be dealt with as if they were from the day that they were received. So, thank you for your patience. They will get back to you very soon. Moving on to Foundry 42 in Frankfurt, they are working on all AI elements, making sure all features are used from the engines they are using. And then the last weeks they have been focusing on the AI behaviors. They want behaviors to be the most important aspects. They don't want it to just feel gamey. They want full sets of features, not just pathfinding like we see in most games, which is good news. So that James Pugh sat down with Paul Reindel, who is the lead engine programmer. If you're interested in his interview, you can check it out in the description below, but I'm sure on the Meet the Devs next week, he will be the one that's being interviewed. So which glitch is back? And I'll show that in the background now, where you get to choose one of 5 glitches. And in Shipshape, they brought you information on the Retaliator modules, specifically the living module, the cargo module, and the dropship. The first image is the living, and they say it was difficult due to the room above. The next one was the cargo storage, and the third is the dropship. And they said it was a challenge trying to fit 12 troops into the dropship itself, but unfortunately nothing more was really said. So after Shipshape, we went back to Sandy and Ben, and they explained that there will be a new jump point live tomorrow, which is live today. It is out. If you are a subscriber, please check it out. Very interesting. Also, it's an Avenger Free Fly week, as I shall explain later on. The UK is working on the base and the variants, so let them know what you think. And also the best social module, which if you don't know, you've been asked to send in your videos so they can put them in the transitions. The best one that they pick out will win an endeavor, so it's better time than ever to try and get your videos in there. So the most valuable post goes to WTFosaurus, who is a Twitch streamer, and it was the Harlem Shake Community Hub video. So check that out if you're interested. Finally, the sneak peek is some more clothing or hair or whatever. I just want to see more ships, damn it. Anyway, that was it for Around the Verse. Tell me your thoughts. So up next is the Star Marine update, and they say this has been a week spent stabilising the game dev stream since the merge. QA have been doing playtests, and they've been finding blockers, fixing those blockers, and then revealing the next blocker. So in gameplay engineering terms, they have finished code support for reloading in cover. They have added a feature where the player item in hand will be placed back onto the body where it came from. This is for holstering weapons and gadgets, and eventually for looting and swapping equipment. They've also added a hurt speed scale to all armor sets, so this will modify the player speed based on the injury and also depending on the armor they are wearing. They've also investigated some prone cover issues. They have wrapped up and handed off the headquarters game mode to the UK team. In terms of fixes, they have fixed an issue with entering cover while in ADS or aiming down sights. They have fixed breathe stabilization in prone. They have cleaned up the prone rolling and also sorted out some weapon accessory attach points, plus lots more. So over in the animation department, they have explored all weapon animations to the new rig and reskinned and exported all weapons. They have zeroed the sights of the weapons, and work is ongoing for Duke assets, to name a few. So UI. Now there's an image here which is the in-game loadout screen, very exciting, and this has been implemented using the new character art. There are some minor issues which have been noted on the screen, so please check them out. Now this won't stop the initial release to the PTU, as it's an easy fix. Also, code has been submitted for collision detection widgets. The press R to reload UI hint is ready, and a change to the medpack item. Now the key bindings, if you are healing other players, require you to hold the button. So in the audio department, they have finished attaching sound to reload animations, implemented Foley audio for holster or drawing of the shotgun. They expect to review the injured or dying state audio early next week, and they are working on the grenade sound effects. So network engineering. They are setting up to test the back-end services for sending leaderboard data to the website, plus info to earn and spend REC on Star Marine equipment. Some backers will have access to the stretch goal weapons. I think it was the laser pistol sidearm, which is what I get, but everything will be available through the rental equipment credits. This, he says, deserves a post on its own, and they will reveal more when they're ready for the PTU. I believe they're getting pretty close, or it feels that way anyway. So in the art and weapons area, Foundry 42 Frankfurt are working on a couple more ship weapons, to do with Star Marine, but never mind. They're also looking at ways to make personal weapons consistent and visually distinctive. Also, all weapons will need their skin weights adjusted for the V7 rig. They're fixing missing work on the L86 handgun, which we can see some images of. Not much left for weapon art now, and they say the only thing is really working on the sniper visual effects, so they are getting very close to finishing there. So the conclusion, they say, it may sound like a lot of stuff to get done, but they are getting through it very quickly. Next week, they are hoping to have a company-wide playtest. This does sound like they are getting very, very close to releasing Star Marine to the PTU, and I am very excited to play this. It is going to mean a lot for the project. Anyway, they left us with a bug, so I'll leave that with you. Tell me your thoughts on this. Very exciting stuff. So also this week, Jared sat down with Benoit Bossejo, who is the founder of Turbulent. There was an Observis guide introducing the Levski Nix landing zone, which is a very cool read. We also had a new Galactic guide bringing information on the Ferran system. And finally, as mentioned before, the Avenger is unlocked for a week for all backers to try out, so please give your feedback as it will help its development. On a final note, please check out our affiliate links below. We have picked out some great deals and offers, and anything bought gives us a little kickback. So yet again, we have come to the end of the show. I just want to say a big thank you to all our subscribers and a massive thank you to all our patrons. You are truly helping our channel grow. If you are interested or able to help us out in way of a monthly donation from as little as $1 to any amount you deem fit, check out our Patreon page in the description. This really, really helps our channel to create more videos, better quality videos, and it allows us to get better hardware, better software, plus it allows us to spend more time on creating the videos. Don't forget to subscribe, comment if you have anything to say, show me the love by hitting the like button, and share it with all your friends and enemies. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you in next week's show.